Before I started really using cloud-based services like Dropbox and Apple's iCloud and even SugarSync, I had some misunderstanding about exactly what was going on in the background. I'm assuming other people did, and so this hopefully will clear up some of what's going on in the background between those services. All right, so let's say you have your computer in your office, and on your computer you have some documents, or at least one document. In this case, we've got this document called document1.docx. Then, out of the blue, someone drops an iPad on you. All right, so now you've got this brand new iPad. It's a mobile device. So you figure, hey, I want to be mobile. So instead of doing all these documents on my desktop computer, I want to be able to also do a lot of these things away from the office on my iPad. So then you start thinking about the cloud. You've heard about the cloud, and a lot of people are using the cloud. But what's going on with this cloud? Well, the cloud is basically a remote server storage location in which you can access it from multiple locations. So you can possibly access it from your desktop or from your iPad, iPhone, Android device, whatever. First, let's take a look at the cloud from the Dropbox perspective. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do if you're going to use Dropbox to sync some documents is you're going to have to install Dropbox on your desktop computer. You go to dropbox.com, you download the application, install it on your computer. What it does is it puts a folder on your desktop computer that automatically syncs whatever is in that folder up to the Dropbox servers in the cloud. So you drop a file in that folder, it automatically moves a file into the cloud. You delete a file from that folder, it deletes that same file from the cloud. This only works on this Dropbox folder. So now you've got this docx file and you've got the Dropbox folder. Next thing you need to do is move that document into the Dropbox folder. That Dropbox folder will automatically start to move that file into the Dropbox storage in the cloud. Now we've got a copy on our desktop in that folder, and we've got the exact same copy in the Dropbox storage cloud. If we were to delete it off of our desktop out of that folder, or out of our computer out of that folder, it would delete from the Dropbox servers. So whatever happens in that folder is going to happen in the Dropbox servers. So if you modify the document in the Dropbox cloud services will also show that modified version. So next, we need to get this onto our iPad. So let's say we want to edit this document in Pages, which is Apple's version of word processing on the iPad. What we'll need to do is somehow get that document out of Dropbox in the cloud onto our iPad. Again, you're going to have to download a Dropbox app. And so that Dropbox app is then going to tie in, once you put in your information, it's going to tie you into your Dropbox storage location in the cloud. So let's say you got Dropbox on there now. What you're going to do is touch Dropbox icon. That's going to then open you up a list of things that you have inside of your Dropbox folder in the cloud. If we look here, we'll see that we have document1.docx. It was modified 55 seconds ago, where we dropped it into our computer in our folder that was designated by Dropbox on our computer. Once we tap on that, we will then get a copy of that file downloaded from the Dropbox cloud into the Dropbox app that we are in now on our iPad. Now, that will allow us to view the document, but we still can't edit it. What we have to do then is move it into an app that allows us to edit a .docx file. So then we're going to use Pages in this instance. All you have to do is inside of Dropbox, tell it you want to open up that document inside of Pages. What it does then is it sends that document over to Pages. Pages can then open up the document and then you can edit it. Unfortunately, this won't work in the reverse for Pages, so you can't send it back up the Dropbox from Pages. You've got to do a little bit more massaging and some other stuff, but we're not going to go into that now. What we will talk about is a quick difference between, let's say, Dropbox and SugarSync. SugarSync is another cloud storage service. The main difference between Dropbox and SugarSync probably is the fact that Dropbox gives you a folder that goes on your computer, and you sync and put everything into that folder. With SugarSync, you can identify folders that you already may have on your desktop and use those folders to sync as well. So you don't have to use a SugarSync folder. You can, if you already have a document folder, you can tell SugarSync to use that folder as your sync folder. Okay, so there you have it. That's how services like Dropbox and SugarSync work. Next, we're going to take a look at iCloud and how that sync service works. Okay, so I said this is how iCloud works. Unfortunately, it's not how all of iCloud works. We're talking about trying to get this document over to our iPad. First, let's talk about the perfect scenario. And this is what I believe Apple is working towards. Okay, you got your computer, you've got your iPad has Pages on it, and you've signed up for the iCloud service. So you want to get that docx file onto your iPad. I believe that the way this is supposed to work is if you have Pages on your iPad or your desktop computer, you open up that docx file inside of Pages. You do the typing, whatever you want to do with it, and then once you save it, it automatically shoots itself up to the iCloud. Now you've got that copy inside of iCloud. Okay, so now when you're ready to go over to your iPad and use that document on your iPad, all you have to do is touch on the Pages app, and then it'll automatically shoot the document down to your Pages app so that you can edit and begin working on that document. Simple, huh? Well, unfortunately, it's not there yet with iCloud. iCloud does that with music, books, podcasts, I think, some other things, but it just doesn't do it with documents. So, unfortunately, iCloud is not the easiest to use with documents. If we wanted to get that docx file onto our iPad from our desktop, we would have to open up a web browser and then go to iCloud.com. From iCloud.com, we would then have to upload it manually over to iCloud. And then from iCloud, once it's in iCloud, then I think, if I remember correctly, it should show up in our iPad. It's a little kind of oaky having to go into a web browser, so again, it's not there. Now, if it was music, that's the way it works. You buy a song, it shoots it up to the cloud, and then it goes to everything. If it's a book, you buy it. It doesn't even have to be a book. It could be a PDF, a free PDF. It can shoot up to the iCloud, sync up to everything. Unfortunately, it just doesn't do it for documents now. Hopefully the next version of Pages will have that functionality into it, and hopefully other applications like Microsoft Word will be able to do that, since that tends to be the standard in a lot of places. Hopefully you've learned something from this. If you have any questions, feel free to send email or respond to this post. All right, have a good day.